Staying on track during the holidays. Here's 5 different tips that I have used over the years. I've maintained over 150-pound weight loss. What have I done in that time to maintain this during the holidays? This is Ryan. This is High Carb Regenerator. Welcome to my channel. So today, these aren't really in any particular order, but I am going to start off with the one that we tried to do the most, and that is host. I guess that rhymes. We would host. And so what we would do is we would make our own stuff, and we would just have other people bring whatever they wanted to eat. Now, that can be a pain, but if you find a lot of like-minded people, a lot of people who are on the same diet life as you, it can be fun. One of my mentors, Arnold, over at Arnold Kaufman at Arnold's Way in Lansdale, Pennsylvania, he actually has a potluck on Thanksgiving, and he has everybody bring their own stuff. We kind of took that as an example, and we used it for ourselves. So here's the thing, like you can host it. What you would do is you would have other people bring their own stuff, knowing that they're going to take their own stuff with them when they leave. You make your own stuff. Everybody can share if they really want to. You kind of get an idea of who's going to be sharing, who's going to be bringing, and you kind of have an idea of what you're going to have. And that is a perfectly viable way of doing it. Number 4 is if you are in an area like I am, where or a city like I am, where people on the west side won't go to the east side and the east side won't go to the west side, so you're always the one who has to travel, you can bring your own stuff. Now, that is something else we have done. We'll say, like me, for example, I got 100 pounds of potatoes in the other room. I don't mind bringing my own mashed potatoes and some other stuff. It just is what it is. I think most people are going more for the company, that they keep, talking to other people, and it doesn't always have to be about food. Make it as fun for yourself as you possibly can. I know some people have issues with binging and with cravings. I don't actually have that, especially since being plant-based, high carb, low fat. So if it is an issue, make sure you bring your own stuff and make it as close to whatever they're eating as you possibly can, but just, make sure it's low fat. That's really not hard to do. Other thing that you can do is if you don't feel like bringing your own stuff, maybe you're not going to be there for a while. Maybe you're only going to be there for like 2 or 3 hours. Eat a lot beforehand. I know a lot of people do this option. I know potatoes are like a prime example of this. They'll just take as many potatoes or eat as many potatoes as they possibly can or whatever before they go. Another option is you can pick something up on the way. That's kind of along those lines. It's kind of along the lines of all of them. Chinese places are usually open on Thanksgiving, so you can get some Chinese food. You can ask most Chinese places not to use oil, and most places will do this. They rarely ever put it in with the rice, so the rice is already going to be steamed rice, and then you can get some vegetables. Ask them not to put oil on there, and then you'll just get your own condiments or whatever and make your own thing. You can do that. So that's kind of along those eat beforehand, or just bring your own stuff and just, eat whenever you can. The other option, number 4, is just go calories in, calories out that day. Kind of figure out what calories you normally eat. Make sure you stick within those parameters. Try to keep it as low fat as humanly possible. And just know that this is just one day out of the year. And this is the option that goes down a dangerous road. I think for people who are have craving issues, or have binge issues. If you do have those issues, number 1 through 3 are definitely going to be the ones that you want to do. I would not do this option. But if you're somebody who can just cut the stuff off, you can eat it one day, like me. I could literally have a bag of Lay's potato chips or any kind of potato chips right here. I can eat one and be good. If we're talking about Thanksgiving, now we are coming into overall holiday season, and you got Hanukkah and you got Christmas. Hanukkah's a little more difficult because you got a lot of fried food going on with Hanukkah, and you got 8 days of it. So that's a little more tricky. I would think that being the host is probably the best way to go if you are in that position. Calories in, calories out. Maybe you have to do it for the 8 days. I'm not saying to go off plant-based. You can definitely do all of this stuff on plant-based, especially with latkes and the jelly donuts and stuff like that. So you can do it. It can be done. That is a rough road, though, because you might, after those 8 days, really, I don't know. And the last option that I have for you is option number 5, and that is just OMAD. You can just do one meal for that day. Like we're coming into Thanksgiving. It's weird because my family rarely ever even cooked on Christmas or or New Year's Day. So like that's really not hard for me to do. So if you want to do OMAD, that's fine too. You could just dump it all in one meal and hope for the best. It's not the best option because you don't know what you're going to eat. I really like, number one, host your own party, right? Or if people won't come over, bring your own stuff. Maybe you can get some people converting over to the way you do things, especially if they see that you've lost a lot, or if you're happier, your skin's better, or whatever it might be. The option 1 and 2 is definitely the best. Number 3's kind of iffy because if you're going to be there for 8 hours, I don't care how much you stuff yourself before you go there. Chances are that's not going to last that 8 hours. But if you're only going for 2 or 3 hours, that might be a good option. So hosting or bringing your own stuff is definitely the ones I would choose. Calories in, calories out is rough for a lot of people. I think a lot of people who are on this life struggle with moderation, and moderation is not their friend. So keep that in mind. Anyway, hopefully this helped you. Definitely hosting was our way of doing this, especially when we were raw vegan. So definitely the best way to go. And then just tell everybody they're going to take their stuff with them when they leave. And yeah, comments, questions, like I said, down below. Like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video.